Before I begin, I wanted to say thanks to Error300 and Gamersky Games for the key. Also, thank you to anyone out there watching and interacting with my videos. Constantly refreshing YouTube analytics for new comments, likes, and subscribers is the dopamine rush that gets me through my day. Finally, because this is such a small channel and I'm still figuring it all out, I really do appreciate any feedback or words of encouragement that you might have, so please let me know what you think of the video. Thanks, and on to the review. I can think of two early memories of borrowing media from the library as a child. The first would be renting the same series of children's books, usually Spot the Dog or I Spy books, an object hunting series where you would be tasked with spotting specific objects like 4 red thumbtacks among a sea of other red office supplies. The other memory would be renting There's a Nightmare in My Closet, which would go on to give me such a vivid memory of my first nightmare that I was terrified of my bedroom closet for weeks. Contractions aside, There's No Dragons is nothing at all like There's a Nightmare in My Closet, but it does scratch the same object hunting itch that I got from books like I Spy or Where's Waldo. Although very short in length, the relaxing gameplay, cute background art, cheap price, replayability, and scaling difficulties makes this a good entry in the hidden objects genre. There's No Dragons is actually the 8th installment in the There's No series. The difference here being that instead of dinosaurs, socks, Santas, or aliens, you are now searching for hidden dragons. I haven't played the other games in the series, but according to Steam, this one also introduces interactable objects. If for some reason you aren't familiar with the hidden object genre or the popular book series Where's Waldo, I'll assume then that you never were in a waiting room in the 90s. These kinds of books or games task you with finding specific objects, or in this case dragons, among densely packed scenery. Find all 20 with or without using hints, and you unlock the next level. The scenes themselves are cute and do a fine job concealing the location of each dragon, with the exception of one scene specifically where for some reason the background art was in a lower resolution than the dragons and other interactables. It's not unlike watching old episodes of Scooby-Doo where you can clearly see the vase that is about to fall because it's brighter and bolder than the background. Thankfully, this was only an issue with the Safari level. Although I don't really consider gameplay length to be a metric of quality, I can't overstate how short the game really is. There are only 9 backgrounds or levels to choose from, which on normal difficulty I was able to complete in about an hour, using a few hints along the way. But my experience doesn't seem like the ideal way to play the game. I think this is the kind of game that is meant to be played and replayed slowly, maybe with a coffee in hand on a lazy Sunday and while a podcast or anime plays in the background, or your favorite hobbyist YouTube channel. Finishing all levels on one difficulty just means you might want to try bumping up the difficulty to hard or dark mode. Hard mode asks you to find one specific dragon before moving on to the next, while dark mode obscures the whole level except the area immediately surrounding your pointer. Replaying is also assisted by the fact that the dragons are randomized each time you repeat a level, so the game maintains its difficulty on repeat playthroughs. I think people who are familiar with this genre will know exactly if this is their kind of jam. It's a short experience with a cheap price, but I found it relaxing and cute throughout. Just don't look too closely at that closet.